Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
I got a bad feeling about this.
These go to 11.
Don't freak out. Because you're already freaked out.
Hello. Apologies for the headgear, but I'm having a bit of a bad hair day. Might also have to have a bit of a shave as well, because that's starting to look a bit like Grizzly Adams, and not necessarily in a good way. Right, so just got back home a couple of hours ago from watching Ant Man and Wasp, and it was really rather good. No spoilers or anything, but well, for one thing, Paul Rudd is a much better actor than anybody really probably gave him credit for. Because, I mean, for one thing, in one part of the film, he's called on to basically channel Michelle Pfeiffer's character, and all the mannerisms are pretty much spot on. Incidentally, there's a bit in the film that really shows how the Fantastic Four could be brought into the MCU when this whole Fox Disney deal goes through. Because when Hank Pym is in the Quantum Zone, somewhere in the distance there appears to be some kind of city that he goes past in the transport he's using while he's in there. And Janet has obviously been living down there for like 30 years. So it must be survivable. So maybe it could be that the Fantastic Four, or Reed Richards, his best mate Ben Grimm, his girlfriend Sue Storm, and her little brother Johnny, have been trapped in the Quantum Zone by one of Reed's experiments. And when they come out, since it does mention that Janet has been altered and evolved, and that is in the script, by her time there, maybe the same thing could have happened to Reed and friends. Just a thought. But yeah, worth seeing. Definitely worth sticking around for the mid credits scene. Not necessarily for the end one. The end one's a bit, huh? Anyway, apparently, new series of Doctor Who will be starting sometime before October. So that probably counts for you guys over in the States as well. In other news, Eve has been cast for the new series of Lucifer, which will be on Netflix. And apparently, she's going to be pursuing one of her ex-boyfriends. Anybody who knows any sort of Jewish mythology will pick up on that being Lucifer, because, you know, snake, tree of knowledge, who tempted her to do it. And maybe she did more than just take his advice about an apple. Anyway, apparently she'll be appearing. So they've already had to deal with her son, and so Mum's next. What's next for season 5? Adam? Well, we'll find out, won't we? Now, music news. We'll start with the really rather excellent news that Massive Wagons have managed to reach number 16 in the UK album charts. And they are the first band from Leicester ever to do it. I mean, that's a hell of an achievement. because UK album charts are dominated by shitty pop music. The fact that a homegrown talent can do that is pretty damn awesome. Now, since we're talking about UK hard rock bands, in fact, specifically UK hard rock bands from the northwest of England, Bigfoot have just announced, looking down the list of dates, it's a pretty extensive UK and European tour for sort of September and October. They're going to be starting in Antwerp on the 15th of September and finishing on the 20th of October in Nottingham. I think it's a festival. Check your local listings for details. Now, if you like a bit of classic thrash, go to the Anomaly Vault news page and look under music news, and you'll find that Gamma Bomb have just released a new song on YouTube called 666 and I'll put the video on there so you can give it a listen. Now then, were any of you listening to Global Beat on the BBC World Service this week? No? Again, Anomaly Vault news page, look under radio news, and you'll find a link so you can listen to it. Certainly if you're in the UK, not sure about abroad. But it's the World Service, so there must be somewhere for you guys to get it. Now, the reason I'm mentioning that is that the host of the show spoke to a band called Shiraz Lane. Now, they've just released a new single called The Crown. And as a warm-up to their appearance at Hard Rock Hell Sleaze in Sheffield on the 2nd of September, they're doing a few dates around the UK, starting in Cardiff at Fuel on the 30th of this month, August. In other news, a Belgian power metal band called Eternity, don't know why I chose this lot, they just kind of struck me as quite interesting. They call themselves, was it melodic progressive metal, and then listed bands like Hammerfall, so yeah, power metal. They got a new album out called, well, on the 14th of September they got a new album out through AFM called Human Race Extinction. And more in the sort of the power metal-y, heavy metal vein, Ross the Boss, founder of Man of War, and the Dictators, is going to be in the UK for a few dates during October, starting on the 5th at Bannerman's in Edinburgh and finishing on the 11th at 11 in Stoke. Somehow I don't think that was coincidental. Other tour dates. Sirenia. Sirenia have got some live dates in early November, starting in London on the 4th and finishing in Milan on the 17th. Support for that tour will be fellow Norwegians Triosphere. And if you go and have a look on their website, you will find that Sirenia's new album, Arcane Astral Eons, is up for pre-order right about now. And I believe they had a Pledge Music out, so you missed the boat on that one, but you can still get in on the pre-order. And here's a big one to finish. Roadburn, which you may have heard of, massive festival in Tilburg, in the Netherlands, have announced that Sleep are going to be the main headliners for 2019. So if you like your sort of doomy stuff, you've pretty much got to be there. Because what they'll be doing is, over the 2 nights of the festival, April the 13th and 14th, they're going to be playing 2 sets. They're going to be playing like a classic set based on the Holy Mountain album, and a more modern set based on their new album, The Sciences. That's going to be April the 13th and 14th in Tilburg. Incidentally, chap by the name of Thomas Lindberg from At the Gates is going to be curating something called The Burning Darkness. Now, if you look back at these curated bits of that festival, I mean, let's see. Who's done it recently? Tom G. Warrior from Triptychon. Stroke Celtic Frost. He's the one who really springs to mind recently. Yeah, so they've got the pretty heavy guys in. Other bands on the bill include really nobody I've heard of. Birds in Row, Gore, the Belgian hardcore band, unfortunately not the British comedy death metal troupe, because that would be nice. Have a Nice Life, High Lung, Louise Lemon, Midnight, Seven That Spells, and Vile Creature. As I said, not heard of any of those, but that's the great thing about festivals, isn't it? You go, there's a load of bands on that you've never heard of before. One of them quite possibly ends up as being one of your new favourite bands. So what I'll be doing is I will be getting on the internet and looking up Birds in a Row, Gore, Have a Nice Life, High Lung, Louise Lemon, Midnight, Seven That Spells, and Vile Creature. And so should you. And, well, that's it for this vodcast. Bye.
I got a bad feeling about this.
These go to 11.
Don't freak out. Because you're already freaked out.